ele deve saber, por estar dentro de uma corretora, quais são as características
Do trader
perdedor
e do vencedor.
Aí, ele deve ter a opinião que ele construiu durante a vida e a opinião dos números.
Com certeza.
So I think like if let's put them into two groups. So like the successful ones and not successful ones. To a large extent, they do the opposite things. So let's start from the ones that lose money. So they always go against the trend. So they go out when it's raining.
When
it's raining, no umbrella.
No umbrella. They think that exactly this moment I am shorting, the market will drop. And the probability is against them, like always is against them. They don't have mostly stop loss orders. They never use. And why they don't use the stop loss orders is because they think that they know more than others do, so they are not wrong when they enter the market. So when they enter the trade, they know they are right. So why would they need a stop loss order?
Yes, of course, I'm right.
Because they went to an academy, they had one class, and they know something about Bollinger Bands and whatnot. So,
foda, mas é verdade.
Bosta, mas é assim.
So the third one I would say is that like over trading, they try to trade too much in terms of the time, like throughout the day they just trade and they trade too many asset classes. So they have no focus on any asset class. They just look at the screen or 4 screens, whatever they have. This one is going up, okay, short. This one is also going up, okay, short. So they're just like jumping, from like grasshoppers, they jump from one field to another. They don't know like what they are really doing. And the most important thing, what I would say is that they don't have a strategy. You can't imagine, like when I talk to a lot of like traders, and when I ask, please explain to me like in a few minutes, like what is your strategy?
In 1 or 2 minutes.
So usually the answer is this, that listen, like I can't explain to you my strategy because it's my strategy, which means
Top
that
secret.
he doesn't really have a strategy. And the other thing is that he starts explaining, but I understand after a few sentences that he really doesn't have a strategy. And whereas a good trader, so let's now move to the good traders.
Okay.
So the good traders, and starting from the main thing, a good trader is able to explain to me in 3 to 5 minutes, simple words, what his strategy is.
Okay.
Where he enters, why he enters, and where he exits and why he exits, and where does he put the stop losses and take profits. He's able to explain it in 3 to 4 minutes, which means that he has like a setup. He knows what he's doing. Obviously, they focus on some markets. They mostly embrace the trend. They don't go against the trend. They try to use the trend for their benefit, and they always have stop losses.
You don't imagine, guys. Sometimes I see one client calls us and the broker and says, "Oh, okay, I have some doubt," and we go to the trading statement, and it's like 40, 50 positions in a day in 10 different assets, 10 different instruments. So imagine how hard is to manage the risk of all these positions. So because you were talking about that, Ruda, and I was thinking here because I'm not so experienced as you, so maybe some traders or some clients will feel the same that I'm feeling now, because you say, okay, very nice. I see the setups, I see the trend, I see the pullback, and I decided to open my position. Mm-hmm. Okay. I think that the party starts after that as well, because my question to you all is, how do you manage the risk of this position? where do you know where to put the stop loss? Because I see that most he has Ilimar has an opinion about what he sees, and he's a very professional trader. My opinion is what I see clients doing. Yeah. And sometimes it's very different about the feeling I have and the feeling a trader has, a professional trader has. And what I see is that many of them no stop loss, or many of them with wrong stop loss. No idea about where to put that. So how do you decide that? How do you guys decide where to put the stop loss? What do you see? Very short answer.
Yeah, technically, because if you buy, for example, for graphics, have a point of the graphic that if the price stay, o motivo,
the reason,
the reason of the buy don't.
Não tem uma razão mais para a posição estar aberta.
No. É isso. Então, for example, it's very common on Brazil, the graphics use a stop loss at, okay, I buy, I will put my stop loss at the last support. Okay. For example, and it can be correct or not.
No, of course, it doesn't matter. But you have a strategy.
Yeah, you need to have a strategy, because in graphics, the weight of the stop loss isn't you that decide. The market decide. You just you just set up. You just adjustment. Make an adjustment.
The market tells you. The graphics tells you where the stop loss must be.
Yeah. The stop loss is here. Also, what's the weight and what's o tamanho dessa porra.
The size of the stop loss.
Yeah, the size of the stop.
Of the loss.
And you decide the size of your position.
Okay.
That's how we do. Do you want to stay?
No, actually, the decision is not where to put the stop loss is not my decision. It's the chart.
Yeah.
The chart tells me here's the point that if the price arrives, reaches to the point, at least is not a trend. Maybe it's walking to the side. Yeah. Maybe it will go against my position, but there are few points in the graphic that the price shouldn't stop.
But guys, you know how important is it what you're saying now? That the stop loss is not decided by the trader, but the market tells you the stop loss.
Yeah.
Because most of the people, they think different. They think, how much can I lose? How much do I afford losing? Yeah. How much do you know what do you understand me?
Yes, you are talking about.
So I want I'm so those guys that they say, okay, for example, I just deposit my stop loss, my daily stop loss. Yeah. Okay, I'm not against that, but if you are telling that the market decides your stop loss, it's much bigger than that.
Much bigger. Than that. Because and the trader needs to think, I will deposit $100, only $100. That is my stop loss of the day. Okay, but if you have a buy opportunity, and the stop loss have the size, I don't know, 1%, for example, 1%, and the minimum lot, the 0.01, don't 1% will be 120. You cannot.
So this is completely wrong.
Yeah. You need money to operate. Money is the basic.
Money to trade. Ilimar, do you see any connection by the numbers in your company? Do you see any connections of the size of the accounts with the surviving rate?
Yeah, that's great.
That's a really good question. Actually, there isn't. I mean, there are we see successful traders in different segments of the account size. So there are successful ones who have a 1,000 account. There are very successful ones who have a 100,000 account. And the same thing that there are on the other side, that there are sorry to say that there are very bad traders who have small accounts. There are also very bad traders who have large accounts. So it isn't really there. Like, so in terms of the size, of course, somebody that deposits, let's say 10 million, generally he's a smart guy. Like, I mean, you can't have 10 million unless he won a lottery. But generally, if it's a bit there that if you go to like larger accounts, then generally they know what they are doing more. But on that front, there are also like gamblers as well.
But do you see people that put, let's put some real number here. People that deposit $100. Usually those people, I don't know if it's possible to answer, but usually those people, they have to make new deposits, or they put 100 and they are good, and they will change this 100 for 105, 110, 120, 130, couple of months, 200. How does it go by the numbers?
So what we see is that generally, like those clients that are depositing small amounts, let's say $100, etc., then they take more risk.
That's the point,
because
right?
they think that okay, I'm going to deposit 100. If I take the maximum leverage and the maximum position size, what if I make 500 out of this?
Yes, exactly.
So they try to achieve too many things with too little capital.
Yes,
and,
so they take too much risk as well, right?
Exactly.
So imagine $100 and you lose 50. We are talking about 50% of your capital.
And then to go back, you have to actually increase now 100%.
Yeah.
Exactly.